Hello everyone, welcome to IPM IAS Academy's Daily News Highlights. Today is 21st August 2024. Let's see what are the important news for today's discussion, and if you have not yet subscribed the channel, please do subscribe the channel so that you will continue to get updates regarding Civil Services examination. An important announcement regarding the Civil Services exam training course which is there in our IPM IAS application. If you are interested to join for any of the courses, please do take the scholarship test. If you are getting really good marks, you will get the course at a highly affordable price. Supreme Court forms task force to ensure doctor safety. So the Supreme Court has formed a national task force to enhance safety measures for medical professionals following the rape and murder of a junior doctor. The task force will recommend infrastructure improvements, security upgrades, and regular safety audits. So it is very important to understand, because based on the recent developments in Kolkata, which is related to a murder and rape of a junior doctor, Supreme Court is coming up with this initiative that a task force is going to be formed. The safety protocols for medical staff. The task force recommendation will include separate restrooms, CCTV installations, night transport provision, counseling services, crisis workshops, and increased police presence in hospitals to ensure a safer work environment for medical professionals. Okay, it also includes nationwide safety audit. And what is the court's directive to CBI? The Supreme Court has instructed the CBI to submit its investigation report on the crime, highlighting the critical need for robust safety protocols for doctors and medical staff across the nation. So it is a very critical issue need to be addressed, and the Supreme Court has come up with the right initiative to give a solution for this particular issue. So based on this particular news, you have to have an idea about what is this task force and how it is going to work in the present scenario. So this particular news is actually coming in page number 1, General Studies 2 and Indian Polity. After years of impasse, India, Malaysia raise strategic partnerships, discuss entry to BRICS. So we have already discussed about this news that India and Malaysia is going to have a better relationship. And India and Malaysia upgraded their relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership, reflecting a commitment to strengthen ties, as announced during talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Anwar Ibrahim, following years of strained relations. So after long years of strained relations, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Malaysian leader Anwar Ibrahim, they're actually meeting and coming up with certain decisions on the bilateral relations. The two leaders discussed enhancing cooperation, including Malaysia's interest in joining the BRICS grouping, as well as addressing geopolitical challenges, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region, emphasizing freedom of navigation and peaceful dispute resolution. So based on this particular news, you have to have an idea about what are the important decisions they are taking based on this meeting, and also what is our relation with Malaysia. The historical aspect also you need to check, and presently how is our relationship going on, and the location of Malaysia in the world map is also very important. So this particular news is coming in page number 1, General Studies 2, International Relations. Polio case in Meghalaya is vaccine derived, says official. So this is regarding a suspected case of vaccine derived polio which was actually reported in a 2-year-old child in Meghalaya. So it is said that the infection is not due to wild polio virus but a rare vaccine derived from, which can occur in individuals with low immunity. So based on this news, you need to have an idea about what is this polio and how it is actually affecting the human body. And it also mentions that our country, India, was actually declared as polio free in the year 2014, and then after this what happened. So please have an idea about it, because it is very important in our healthcare sector. This particular article is coming in page number 1. India, Japan conduct 2+2 dialogue with focus on Indo-Pacific. So this article is mainly about the 2+2 dialogue of India and Japan. So India and Japan reaffirmed their special strategic and global partnership, emphasizing democratic values and the rule of law. Both nations underscored the importance of free, open and rules-based Indo-Pacific amidst rising regional tensions. So here they are clearly mentioning about the bilateral relation between India and Japan. Okay, our ministers have discussed enhancing the defense cooperation, highlighting its significance in India's vision of becoming a developed country by 2047. Strengthening the domestic defense capabilities is a key element of this partnership. So, the defense is a major area where we are actually collaborating in the India and Japan. So please try to have an idea about the bilateral relation between India and Japan. The historical ties with Japan is also important, and what is the present scenario regarding our relationship with Japan, and the location of Japan is also very important. So this particular article is coming under General Studies to International Relations. Trade, defense, cultural ties to be in focus during Prime Minister's visit to Poland. So this is also very important information which is actually coming in international relations. Our ties, India's ties with Poland. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Poland emphasizes strengthening trade, defense and cultural ties. The visit, the first by an Indian Prime Minister in 45 years, actually underscores Poland's potential as a gateway for India's expansion into Europe. So as we all know, during the Ukraine crisis, Poland was a safe haven for all of us, because the Poland's role in evacuating 4,000 Indian students from Ukraine during the 2022 Russian invasion is really highlighted. Historical ties with the countries dating back to World War II are also significant in fostering closer relations. So it is very important to understand about our relationship between Poland, what are our historical relations with Poland, and what are the major agreements that we have with each other, and how Poland was actually responding during the time of the in Russia-Ukraine war, the initial phase of the Russia-Ukraine war, and how they actually helped Indians. All these points you need to have an idea. So this is also a news which is coming under General Studies to International Relations. On the right path, elections will address the yearning for substantive democracy in Jammu and Kashmir. So here this article is mainly addressing the elections that are going to happen in Jammu and Kashmir. The Election Commission announcement of elections in Jammu and Kashmir addresses the absence of legislative assembly, offering hope for substantive democracy and addressing the region's despondency and alienation since the abrogation of special status. So this is the first election going to be conducted after the abrogation of Article 370. So you have to have an idea about it, okay, and you have to keep updating yourself regarding what is happening there related to the elections. This article is actually coming under page number 8, General Studies to Indian Polity. West Asia crisis spells tough choices for China and Russia. So here the problems that are actually going on in the West Asian region, how it is actually influencing or affecting the China and Russia, that is what is highlighted in this article. So in order to understand this, please do have an idea about the location of all these countries and how China is influencing this region, how Russia is influencing this region, and on what level they are actually influencing. If you look at Russian influence, we can see that they are more oriented towards the military support or the strategic support, but on the other hand, if you look at the China, they are more focusing on the diplomatic efforts like mediating between the Saudi Arabia and Iran while maintaining its support for Palestine. So all these points are actually mentioned in this article. So what you need to understand is how is the role of Russia and China in this West Asian crisis, and also look at what is the stand of India and how it is actually affecting India's influence in the region. So all these points you need to have an idea. So this particular article is coming in page number 8, General Studies to International Relations. A ground plan for sustainable mass employment. So here, based on our budget, there are many important provisions and initiatives which are there for improving and enhancing the employment in our country. So those points are actually discussed in this article. So there they are talking about the community-led skilling and employment, where decentralized community action with local government and professionals is crucial for identifying and meeting skilling needs. And they also emphasizes on the education employment integration, where introducing vocational courses alongside the traditional college degrees and standardizing health related training can bridge the education employability gap. So they have found out that there is an education employability gap existing, so we need to sort out that. So almost all those points regarding how we can actually have a sustainable mass employment is actually listed in this article. So please try to read this article and also try to relate it with the budget provisions which are concerning the employment. So this is very important from the perspective of Indian economy, and this particular article is coming in page number 8, general studies 3. So these are some of the important news for today's discussion. So please go through these news. Please read these articles, and then you can actually do that extra research which is needed for a civil service aspirant. So then only our preparation will go in the right manner. So always focus on that article, read that article carefully, and then try to understand more about it. So I hope this video is helpful for you, and if it is helpful for you, please do share it with your friends and ask them to subscribe and share it with their friends also. So thank you so much.